Yo, what is up, my basketball family, and welcome back to Green Team Productions. So today I want to get into the Los Angeles Lakers. And as we all know, Lakers fans have had a pretty rough couple of years, from losing to the Phoenix Suns in the first round and then coming back that next season and missing the playoffs in its entirety. With all the changes to their roster, their offense and their defense taking a major slide, and on top of that, one of their star players in Anthony Davis has dealt with a slew of injuries. So it is pretty clear to me why the Los Angeles Lakers have struggled so hard as of late. But let's address the elephant in the room and the name that everybody is talking about when it surrounds this team, and that is Russell Westbrook. Now, don't get me wrong, Russ is without a doubt a first ballot Hall of Famer and one of the most athletic point guards in NBA history, and has absolutely raised the bar when it comes to triple doubles, having 4 seasons doing so. I don't know if we'll ever see that again in our lifetime. And he's coming off a season where he averaged 18.5 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. So this narrative that people are running with saying that Russell Westbrook is the only problem with the Los Angeles Lakers is absolutely ridiculous. But I think where we can all agree is that his fit on this team was terrible. There's just no logic in bringing in a ball-dominant guard with limited shooting abilities to go next to LeBron and AD. That's just a huge mistake. And clearly the Lakers were trying to rectify this decision in this offseason by bringing in 3 other point guards besides Russell Westbrook. Now, of course, they already had Kendrick Nunn on their roster from the previous season, but after drafting Scottie Pippen Jr. and acquiring Patrick Beverley alongside with Dennis Schroeder, the Lakers made the message clear that Russell Westbrook is not an asset to this team. And there has been one deal and one team floating around there for a few weeks, and that team is the Indiana Pacers. They had offered Buddy Hield and Miles Turner in exchange for Russell Westbrook and 2 unprotected first-round picks, the 2027 and 2029. And the only reason that this deal hasn't gotten done is because the Lakers refuse to part with those picks. And I completely understand their hesitation. The reason that they don't want to trade these picks is because the time 2027 rolls around, LeBron will definitely be out of the league, and Anthony Davis is a big question mark whether he'll still be a Laker or not. So those picks can be very valuable. You could be drafting the next LeBron James, who knows? But my thing is, you have LeBron and Anthony Davis right now. And even with all that has happened over the next few seasons, if they could put together a healthy season, this is still one of the best duos in the league. You just have to put the correct pieces around them. And that is why I think they should pull the trigger on this Buddy Hield and Miles Turner trade. I think this is really their only hope at true championship contention this year, because both of these players provide vital roles that the Lakers have been missing over the last couple of years, starting with Buddy Hield. You were looking at a player coming into his 6th NBA season where he is shooting 40% from behind the arc, and he's doing this on 7 attempts a game. And in just this last season, he was 2nd in the entire NBA in made threes, only behind the one and only Stephen Curry. And not only is he an absolute sniper when it comes to the 3-point line, but his field goal percentage is pretty high, sitting at 44%. And what really makes him an even better fit is that he is not a ball-dominant player. He averages just under 16 points a game, but with over half of his shot attempts coming off an assist. And that is exactly what the Lakers need right now. With their added guard play, and on top of all that, having one of the greatest basketball minds in LeBron James on your team, I think if this trade happens, this could be absolutely crucial to the Lakers offense. Because with the caliber of shooter that Buddy Hield is, he's always going to have a defender attached to his hip. And that was one of the many problems this last season. When you have Russell Westbrook standing off the ball, not a lot of players respect his shot, so they're able to help on players like Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And not to mention that Buddy Hield has played his entire NBA career off of the ball. So someone with his skill set, not being too demanding with the ball, being able to knock down a 3 at an efficient clip, and being able to effectively move without the ball and create your open shots with your movement. And one of the Lakers' favorite actions is the pick and roll between LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So just imagine, instead of having a Russell Westbrook or depending on a young Austin Reeves to knock down shots for you, you have a reliable, dependable shooter that, like I mentioned earlier, with LeBron's IQ, he's gonna find him. And just going off the shooting percentages, Buddy Hield is gonna knock that down. Now, enough with Buddy Hield, let's move on to Miles Turner. who can also be a large contributor to the Lakers, because another major issue with them is that it was a layup line when going to the rim, and a player like Miles Turner will turn that around quickly for your team. Since his second NBA season, Miles Turner has averaged no less than 2 blocks and twice led the NBA in blocks per game in 2019 and in 2021. And trust me, if he's not blocking your shot, he is altering it in some way or another. But the scariest part about it is he's not only a defensive anchor, but he can also be a decent contributor on the offensive end as well. Being that he stands 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan, of course he's gonna get you the normal putbacks and lobs to the rim. That is not the only aspect to his game. And if you play a team that is a little handsy and likes to foul the big man, Miles Turner can knock down a free throw at 77%. And not only that, but there are moments where he is a legit threat from behind the arc. Now, I'm not saying that he's a knockdown shooter or anything like that, but during this last season, he shot 35% from beyond the three-point arc, and that is with about 4 attempts a game. And for his career, he's averaged 13 points with 7 rebounds to go along with that. So not only would the Lakers be getting a defensive anchor, but they're getting a big man who can get you an extra 7 to 10 possessions a game and can knock down the 3. I'd say that that's a win. But the best part about his fit on the Lakers is that he will be able to play the 5, which would move Anthony Davis over to his natural position at the power forward. And we all know that when Anthony Davis is playing his preferred position at full strength, he is without a doubt a top 5 to 10 talent in this NBA. This could easily be one of the best front courts in the league, rivaling something that the Minnesota Timberwolves have in Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns. I think they would take that, but just to another level. But ultimately, I think that Anthony Davis and Miles Turner would have a higher upside than the previous pairing, but that's just me. And plus, like I've mentioned 1,000 times, you have LeBron James facilitating to those players, so that just kind of gives you an extra boost. But like I said at the beginning, I understand why the Lakers are hesitating, because you don't want to trade your future for maybe only 2 or 3 more solid seasons of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. But on the flip side of that, I gotta be honest, if this trade happens to go through, this could complete their starting lineup and finally start to push the Lakers back into championship contention again. Of course, they still have some problems to figure out with their bench, but you gotta start somewhere. But as far as Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, I think it would really be exciting to see both of those guys in a bigger market, because sometimes that's what it takes in order for casual fans to really realize what kind of value you bring to a team. And both of these guys are still young and have a lot to prove, so I'm excited to see what happens throughout this season. But of course, I am no basketball expert, I just share my opinion on the internet. So I want you guys to let me know down below. If I have any Lakers fans watching, what do you guys think you should do for Russ? Should you trade the first round picks? Should you keep them? Let me know down below. If you like this video, don't be afraid to slap a like on this video. Helps me share it around the world. And if you want more basketball content, subscribe for more basketball content. I want you guys to have a great and productive day. Peace.